Talks on Tuesdays, the draft edition with me and Craig. Craig, it's good to have you back on our regularly scheduled program.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I was supposed to do a little draft deal. Was had some voice issues and internet issues, and just didn't get around to it. But we can talk about it today and get squared up with it. So
Correct. We're going to talk about the draft to give you some winners and losers. Talk about that. We also got some NBA news. We'll give you NBA playoff update. We got suspensions in the NFL and Major League Baseball. And see if we agree with those as well. All in this episode. Coming up next. All right, guys, welcome in here. Episode 116, draft edition here. The NFL draft has come and gone, and it's a crapshoot. I mean, let's be honest. It's a lot of times you think you know what's going to happen, or you think these players are going to be really good. Some of them turn out to be really bad. Some player you got in the 6th round ends up being your superstar. It just the odds say that it's just a crapshoot. We like to think our teams did better than most or others, but it is what it is. Craig, what let's go in. You want to go into winners first or losers first?
winners is fine. Yeah.
All right. Well, we might got some different ones here for you. Go ahead and give me your first winner you got on the board.
I think the Lions draft was amazing. I think to get Hutchinson at 2, which he played in Michigan, he played really well, but boy, when the national championship came around, you never hear his name. So, and anybody in the NFL is better than the best Georgia lineman. So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe it's just some technique training or whatever the Lions can teach him. I think he's going to be solid. I think that was a great pick. And then to move up, when they moved up, I went, oh no, they're going to draft this quarterback. What are we doing? And they went and got the kid from Alabama, and that kid is a stud. That kid's a speedster. And to go with what they have, man, I think Jared Goff is going to have some fun this year. It's back to almost being like he's throwing to the Rams guys. He's got a bunch of wide receivers over there that are going to be really, really good. I think that they had 7 one-score games last year. 7 games they lost by a score or less. I think that team hit a home run with all their picks. But those first 2, I think that was amazing. I think the Jets did well. And, I think they hit on all of their picks.
Yeah, the Jets look fantastic. I do like what Detroit did, and that's me saying that as a Packers fan kind of is a pain, but exactly right. Aiden Hutchinson, a lot of hype coming out of college. I think he'll be deep. He'll be really good. But to move up and get the wide receiver they did, which is arguably, if he didn't tear his ACL in the championship game, was the best wide receiver in the draft, in my opinion.
100%.
So they are taking a risk. Some guys don't come back from that injury as quick and
he may not be as fast,
right? But they're getting a guy that is arguably the best in the NFL or in the college coming out of the draft. Yeah, ton of upside. And sometimes you got to take those risks to get better. And the Lions, you talked about that. They had six losses from what one? You said 1 point.
7. 7 one score within
1 score. Yeah,
1 score within. Just absolutely. Those always when you watch a team do that, 7 or less, like Dallas one year had 7 wins. Well, the next year they don't have that many. You're going to cut in half. Well, when you
Right.
have 7 losses, you're going to gain 3 or 4 the next year automatically. I just think they're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, their future's bright. They got to figure out the quarterback situation. Is Jared Goff the guy? But I really like the head coach, and I think Dan Campbell has got that team believing in themselves and playing for him. So when you,
Definitely better than the last few.
well, yeah, when you're adding those top talents and you're getting those good picks, well, I'm a Packers fan, so I don't care. I hope Detroit loses every single game, but it would be nice to see them compete because they haven't been good. Even when they had stars like Barry Sanders and Megatron, they still have yet to be good. I got the Eagles on the board. I thought the Eagles had a fantastic draft. I know a lot of Cowboy fans don't want to hear that. But first of all, they trade for A.J. Brown from the Tennessee Titans. No one saw this coming.
No.
A.J. Brown, they said, hey, why draft a wide receiver when we can trade for a veteran guy we know is already good? They picked him up. Fantastic.
And gave him an extension.
Oh yeah, they gave him a $100,000,
$100 million.
$100 million. My bad. 4-year, $100 million extension right off the bat. They added who else? They got some depth there. Nakobe Dean.
Nakobe Dean, yeah, he fell. How anybody else did not draft him, I have no idea.
No idea. Now the question was, and we didn't know this until he got drafted. He had to have pec surgery. He had a pec tear, and
that could be very well why they didn't.
That was probably why. I mean, his size, he's a little smaller, but you look at him, he blows up plays left and right for Georgia.
Yeah.
I thought they had a really good draft. I thought the Jets hit on every single pick.
Yeah.
And that's kind of easy
when you got. Well, but if that team doesn't make some serious strides this year, then they may never make them because they hit some home runs.
They hit some home runs. They've got some help there for their quarterback who struggled last season.
He did not look. He looked like a Division II quarterback.
He looked lost last year.
Yeah,
I mean, interceptions left and right. So if they could give him some confidence, give him some more time in the pocket, and get him the ball to the weapons, the ball to his weapons there, and play some good defense. See them you want to see them progress forward there. And I thought Kansas City, they didn't have a whole lot of picks in this draft.
Oh, they got rid of them.
But they got some great value in the draft for where they've selected. So I really like that. But people are praising Baltimore. Their players look really good that they got from Baltimore, but they also traded away their only wide receiver. So and they didn't replace them. I still don't know what they're doing there. Who else did you got was winners of this draft?
I think the Giants did all right with that guy, the Thibodeau.
Who fell?
He was number 1 on Dallas's board, and all you heard all draft day was how they were going to trade up and grab him because he was supposed to fall on the board, and bang, right at 5, they grab him. So not only do you not get him, but now you got to face him twice a year. And so if your scouts are right on it, have fun with that. Have fun with your offensive line facing Kayvon Thibodeau twice a year. So
and then they grabbed Evan Neal, which is supposed to be the best offensive line in the draft. And
so I think they hit on at least the first couple picks. The later rounds we'll see. I mean, those are always crapshoots anyway. But I mean, I thought they really did some good things. I thought the whole NFC East got better, except for the one team that we needed to get better. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, well, you needed to get better.
Yeah.
Going back to Kansas City, I kind of jumped over them real quick. I pulled up their draft, and they got quarterback Trent McDuffie with their first pick. They need some help there on the defensive side of the football after losing Honey Badger, and then they got a pass rusher, George Karlaftis, if that's how you say his last name, out of Purdue. And then, as we all know, they got rid of Tyreek Hill, and you're kind of wondering, man, why did they get rid of Tyreek Hill? Well, they added in a guy named Sky Moore, who is not going to come in and be Tyreek Hill right off the bat, but he's quick, shifty, fast. He can play all positions. He's going to get down the field. They added NVS from the Packers over the offseason, who can do that as well. Nowhere near as good as Tyreek Hill, but be able to spread the field out. I thought their draft from what they did, what was pretty well drafted and got in positions of need. And let me ask you this question real quick. As far as draft goes, what are you more of a let's draft for need? Or are you more let's draft the best player on the board and we'll fit him in where we need to fit him in?
I think you have to. I mean, unless you just have a glaring need, like if you just desperately need a quarterback or something to that effect, a high position. I think you got to look at the best player available, and that's why I think Dallas didn't do well, and I don't see them as doing well because they had guys that were higher ranked and in positions that they still needed. They had a center that was available, they had an end rusher that was available, and they take the weakest offensive lineman who needs the most work fundamental wise, and they take him instead. Like, it's mind blowing to me.
So are you going to pitting the Dallas Cowboys as one of your top losers in the NFL
they
draft?
will be. They will be.
They did draft a lot for need and not best
They did.
player.
They followed their board as need, position need. But like I said, to me, the center from Iowa was still
For sure.
checks the offensive lineman that they need, still solidifies your offensive line, and he's a better player. The defensive end, you drafted him in the second round. There was an end rusher that was a top 5 end rusher available in Jameson right there that was available, and you didn't pick him. Like, so you could have checked both boxes, a better player and what a position of need. You could have got both of them. And you just didn't. Now, this end rusher they say is good. I wasn't impressed when I looked at the film on him, but we'll see.
Right. And well, and a lot of that, the Cowboys' first pick was was very much talked about as kind of what's going on here. One of the guys that I have losing this draft is the Patriots.
Oh, what
is Bill Belichick doing?
I have no idea.
He drafts Cole Strange as their number 1 draft pick, and that guy was projected to be a 3rd or 4th round pick.
Yeah,
that pick alone, it was the most head-scratching pick.
And then he drafts 2 running backs, which they already have 2 solid running backs. Yep. So what are we going to do with those guys?
Yeah. We're all going, what is wrong with Bill Belichick? And we're questioning the greatness of Bill Belichick, but it's like, my gosh, dude, what are we doing over here?
Yeah, I think maybe Father Time is still undefeated. It's time to go, Bill.
Yeah, maybe he's kind of crapping the bed before he wants to burn the place down. I don't know.
Yeah, he wants to leave it the same way he found it, I guess.
Another loser, and I'm not just saying this because they're my rival, the Bears. The Bears had a horrible draft.
Yeah.
They didn't get anybody to replace the players they lost on offense. They did get a wide receiver, but no one
And they cut
they cut Nick Foles. They had him. They paid him money for nothing. He did nothing there.
Yeah.
Fields has got nobody to throw the ball to next year.
He doesn't have anybody to protect him.
They have no one to protect him. This team is
it's in shambles.
Horrible. I mean, I don't even know what's going on. And I like it because I hate the Bears.
That's 2 wins.
Yeah, that's 2 wins. I just feel bad there for Justin Fields, who I don't think is a good quarterback. But also another loser, and this isn't a team, Baker Mayfield still has to play for the Cleveland Browns. So what is going on? No one traded for him. No one wants him.
Jeff said the Broncos drafted Russell Wilson. LOL.
Oh yeah. They did a little videotape too.
Yeah.
They did a little sorry, Jeff, I didn't see the comments there. Jeff says hello from his desk. He's still at work. Hi, Jeff. Yes, Broncos technically they did draft Russell Wilson. They have they did a little draft video that you showed me, which is pretty cool there. And I know my buddy Jeff is super excited to start the NFL season because his team finally has a quarterback. But going back to questionable quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, this is the most mind-boggling thing to me. Baker Mayfield, and I thought Cleveland, before they picked up Deshaun Watson, had to make one of the hardest decisions they've ever made because this Baker Mayfield is the most successful Cleveland Brown quarterback they've had maybe ever. I mean, they back before the day where they went to the Super Bowl. The Browns went to the Super Bowl back in the day, right? Like a long time ago, like in the 80s, 70s,
AFC Championship, I
something.
believe,
They were
with Bernie
good.
Kosar. Yeah.
But Baker Mayfield, since I've been alive, is the best quarterback the Browns have ever had, and they basically just treated him like crap.
Yeah, just kicked him to the curb. Yeah.
The Browns fans are over here going, man, this guy sucks. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, he's the best quarterback you've ever had. They obviously go out and get Deshaun Watson, but what are they holding on to Baker Mayfield for? Because they're not going to ask Baker. There's no way they're going to be like, hey, Baker,
100%
I
what they're
know,
going to do. That's exactly what they're going to do.
you hate our guts, but can you
Hey,
come on
I know
out?
we drafted this other guy and he's going to take your place, but why he's suspended for feeling up all the masseuses? Can we hook us up with like 3 or 4 wins so then Deshaun can make the Super Bowl and carry on to the
we'll send you a ring, buddy.
Yeah,
we'll send you a ring.
like come on, just give me 5 games, 6 games, whatever the NFL decides to do. Which we're fixing to hit training camp and we still don't have that.
No, and we don't. I mean, will he be suspended at all?
Oh God, they'll burn Goodell's office down if that doesn't happen. There will be people with pitchforks and fires, if flames and pitchforks if they don't. It'll be the biggest deal.
I think that's I think we're getting a little bit off topic, but that's something that the players need to go, dude. Why does it take 3 years to figure out what a punishment is? Like, let's get this over with. Anyways, back to the draft here. Any other losers you got on your board there?
I don't think. I just don't think anybody. I think the Bears were again terrible. I think. I don't think Buffalo really did anything that helped them out. They could have used some running backs. They could have used some maybe another wide receiver or to help Allen out. I don't think the Raiders really did anything. Here's a team that made the playoffs last year that could have made some noise. I mean, they did some free agency stuff, but they didn't
over there, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they just did that. They put all their eggs into the free agency basket instead of deal. But yeah, there were some mind-boggling moves and some teams that you thought could have gotten better.
Now, last Friday, I did a winners and losers of the first round of the draft, and I had Green Bay on there as a loser because
that picks mine. I mean, you need a wide receiver. Pick anybody.
Well,
pick anybody.
Here's my thing. All the wide receivers went off the board really fast. And I'm going, oh my gosh. Chris Olave, who was not projected, but a lot of people had us picking up at 22, went at number 8.
Yeah.
Or number 9, number 10. I'm like, okay. Well, Green Bay tried to move up, couldn't make it happen. I'm glad we didn't reach for a wide receiver at 22. Now, look, I would have loved to be aggressive, move up, and get a guy that I'm going, okay, this guy's coming in year 1 and going to change our offense. Awesome. We didn't do that. We instead went for a linebacker, Quay Walker, who I questioned because you had guys like Nakobe Dean, his partner in crime there at Georgia, who flew off the tape, who was better, and they take Quay Walker. I did like our second pick. I think he's going to be a beast to help on our defensive line. But our first pick, I'm going a linebacker that wasn't even the best linebacker on the board. You could have gone Lloyd out of Utah. Utah State there was really, really good. But we'll see if this pick's going to work out.
That was another winner. The people who got Jay Jackson, the run stuffing offensive lineman that I think the Eagles got him.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I had the Packers. Now overall, I think the Packers a solid B. A lot of people are giving the Cowboys a B as well. I've seen some that said
they were horrible.
Now,
unless that linebacker in the second round hits, I think it's a C.
I like to be.
Unless you can just really train this offensive lineman in all that they say all of his faults are teachable. So if they have so much confidence in their coaches to be able to teach him in a short time fundamentals on how to not grab people, because he was a walking penalty over there.
They just got rid of what's his face for that. Collins.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what they did. They drafted a replacement. They sure did. They drafted the exact replica of him.
The exact same guy.
The exact same guy. The guy that you just got rid of and didn't want to pay. Let's draft him.
He was the most penalized offensive lineman in the college.
He walked around with yellow flags hanging from him. I mean, yeah. and this guy's going to do the same thing. He was the most penalized guy in college.
Yes. That was a question. Now, I like to I call myself a realist. I like to be real. I'm going to tell you if my team sucks or good. I don't drink the Kool-Aid. I'm not a homer. Sounds like you're not a homer either. Ryan Sims is a little bit of a homer. My other buddy that came on and did our draft edition, he'll tell you that every draft pick the Cowboys got is great value and make fun of the Packers picks. And I'm
value wise, yeah. I mean, you could have got him. You could have got that guy 3 rounds later. Yeah.
Oh. Anyways, but one thing we have yet to talk about is what we discussed a little bit. The Ravens. What are you doing over there? You trade away your only wide receiver. Your only wide receiver. That's good. You got your tight end, who's one of the best in the league, Andrews. But Lamar Jackson, you trade away his buddy. Now, rumor was he demanded a trade behind the scenes. He said, hey, I want out of here. I'm not happy. The system that I'm in is not working. Lamar can't throw the ball 30 yards down the field, okay? So he gets traded to the Arizona Cardinals at the 23rd pick, and that was it. Just a late first-round draft pick.
I think it was 23 and 140 something, but still.
Yeah, I mean it was chump change.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Green Bay, I would have traded you the 22nd and the 140 something for him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
and then signed him to an extension immediately.
Yeah.
Well, with the Ravens drafting, the trade was deal, but they hit. If you look at their draft, they for years and years and years they've been successful in drafting people, and I think they did a well job this year. I believe they had a really good draft.
They're good at drafting, and
I think with the wide receiver market blowing up the way it is, that's why you saw all these wide receiver trades, I believe, is because people just don't want to pay what it's about to cost you for a wide receiver. I mean, Cooper Kupp is sitting over here next year going, oh, back up the Brinks truck. I just got to stay healthy. Yeah. And I think these teams saw that because when they traded him to the Eagles, he goes, I didn't necessarily want to leave. He goes, but when they were talking money, he goes, they weren't even talking
16, I think they said a year.
He said they weren't anywhere close.
With incentives to get to 20. That's a slap of the face.
Yeah, and that's basically what he said. He said, so once they said that, I turned it off and said, ship me out.
Yeah.
He said, but that's not what I wanted. He said, but he goes, but when you're going to come with that offer with my stats, he's like, I can't even listen to that.
That's disgraceful. Now
he's like, nobody was going to listen to that.
He goes to a team that doesn't have a quarterback as well, but they have they got a good wide receiver group there. If they just find a quarterback of Philly, because Jalen Hurts is not good.
What I said when they drafted him. That's why
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That was the beginning of the Carson Wentz implosion.
You know, he reminds me of not Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is about to fail in Washington and be done. Hurts reminds me of a little bit better Tim Tebow. And let me tell you why. He's a guy that will everyone in his locker room will run through a damn wall to play for him. People will play for him because he's a great leader. He just doesn't have the skills. And Tim Tebow, great leader. Oh man, he got that playoff win against the Steelers. This team will play for him, but he's not very good, and that's what he is, in my opinion. So they got to figure out the quarterback room over there in Philly, and then if they do that, the Cowboys, that division. Whew, and if Carson Wentz, look, I was on the Carson Wentz train. When he went to the Colts, I said, oh man, he's going to turn it around right here, and it was a big mistake. I just don't have any faith in that guy. No, not anymore.
No, I think it's all here though.
It is after he tore his ACL.
I think he's worried about that, and I think he's worried about the guy behind him taking his job. And I think Philly just screwed up his mentals.
The fans there booing.
Yeah, oh yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help playing for those guys.
All right, well, that's our draft recap here. A little bit of winners and losers, some head scratching moves, some crazy wide receiver market here that's just gone crazy. It's Tennessee, they traded away AJ Brown, but at least that's my biggest thing with Baltimore.
Jeff said, don't drink the blue and silver Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing with my biggest thing with Baltimore is they draft well, but they didn't do anything on the offensive side of the ball. It was all pretty much defense.
Yeah.
And Ryan Sims says that their safety or their cornerback they took out of Notre Dame, is it Hamilton?
Hamilton, yeah.
He says that he's going to be a big bust. Like he doesn't think that this guy. He's a lot overrated. But
I mean, Notre Dame. That's the thing with Notre Dame is you just don't get a lot of high. They don't play since they're independent, and they don't play a lot of high quality talent. They only get 1 or 2 games a year. Guys like that don't get exposed because they're playing against lower talent.
Yeah. I think Notre Dame's overrated in general, but anyway, sorry, I brought the draft back into it. There's so much to talk about on that. We have hold on, Jess.
Don't bring up Tebow.
We here in Denver try to forget about that. Yeah, I would try and forget about that too, Jeff. Just hide those away in the sorrow.
Tim
there.
who? Yeah.
Tim who? All right, well, that's our NBA draft coverage there. Little winners and losers of the NFL. Did I say NBA? NFL draft, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. All right, DeAndre Hopkins. Breaking news: suspended 6 games for breaking the PED violation in the NFL. He missed 7 games last year. The Cardinals were 3-4 without him last season, as their season completely imploded.
Just imploded everybody's fantasy draft.
Yeah. This is horrible for them. You got Hollywood Brown. They lost Kirk.
Thank goodness you got him, but
yeah, you don't have anybody else on the offensive side of the ball. Kyle Murray is coming off, as they say there, spoiled, immature brat. This is what the headlines.
I just thought it was funny that once they got Hollywood Brown, all the talk of him not showing up to camp just went away. He's like, "Hey, let's go, run it back." Go. What? You're coming to camp now? Like we don't have to pay you? Okay,
right,
cool.
Right. Well, Arizona, they did come out and say that their talks are back on between the two, negotiating, and I just don't know. I'm not a big Kyle Murray fan. I think he's talented,
he's always been small. But he's he has. That throw that he made to DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone. Let's be honest. You throw it 30 more times and 27 of them, 28 of them, he's not going to catch that.
Yeah. I'm just, if they don't get a deal done before the season and he does show up and go into this year and they start losing because they don't have anybody on offense, they're going to start blaming Kyle Murray again.
Yeah. Well, they picked up his 5th-year option, so he's there for another year no matter what.
That's true. If he shows up, right?
If he shows up, he could sit out. But now with the CBA the way it is, all these guys that sit out, you will lose money
mm-hmm.
and it doesn't get back, and the team can't go back and waive that. And they used to just be like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll sweep it under the table. Don't worry about that fine." But now they can't do that. The CBA says you are obligated to pay it. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think the Cardinals without him in that division, I don't think they make the playoffs.
No. I don't either. I just look at it and go, I don't think he's the guy, right? I don't think he's the guy to lead them to where they want to go at the end of the day.
If you don't think Dak Prescott deserves the money he got, then I don't think Kyler Murray deserves that kind of money.
Do we want to do we want to go in on Dak? I mean,
I'm just saying. I mean, the people that are on that bandwagon, the people that say that Prescott did not deserve that kind of money because he is not top 5 or not top 10 or whatever. If you don't think Dak Prescott deserves that money, you better not be on the Kyler Murray train because to me, they're the same guy. I mean, Dak has a bigger arm, but
to me, Dak's better.
He is, but he's not. He has accuracy issues. He has mobility issues now that with the injury.
Now let me ask you
again. He's the leadership guy. Guys will do whatever for him.
Yes,
but if you don't think that he deserves the millions that he got, then Kyler Murray doesn't. But there's going to be some team that does. There'll be some team that believes Kyler Murray is.
Oh, he's going to get
guy.
He's going
to get paid.
Yeah.
Just a matter of where.
Now, where do you believe on the Dak train? What side are you on? I mean, do you think he deserves it? Do you think he's really good? Do you think he's bad?
He's really good. I think he's really good. I think he's above average. And I think that no matter what, somebody was going to pay him. So I think the next guy up.
That's the way it is.
Guy up. That's the way it is. You got to pay your quarterback,
whether you like it or not.
If you didn't pay Dak, you were going to pay somebody.
This is a comment from Jeff, and I know he's just trolling because Zeke is the only one that should have any money. That's just facts. And he's trolling because the Zeke contract is horrible.
And they just keep doing it. They just keep overdoing it.
Now, look. When it comes to Dak, and let's be completely honest with this, okay? And I'm not trying to be a hater. I was on Dak train for a while. I said Dak is good. He is like you said, he's above. He's not elite.
Yes.
He's in the next tier. He can get the job done. And then I saw last year, and I'm like, oh, it didn't look too good. The eye test, and Ryan Sims will jump on here and give me all these numbers. Oh, 12-5 numbers.
5,000 touchdowns. He had 50 touchdowns.
I'll go, that's great. But the eye test tells me something's missing. I think, honestly, this is the year that people could start turning on Dak. And I say that because you took away Amari Cooper. You took away his best wide receiver. Your offensive line's a little suspect.
Yep.
The defense jumped into him last year. I mean, the defense, if you told me last year that the defense is the reason that Cowboys won some games, I would have laughed at you. But they are. Going in last season, I'm going, what in the heck? I think I'm ready to downgrade Dak a little bit here. I just don't know.
I believe he was hurt. I believe the calf was never right. From the time he hurt it to the end of the season, I believe it was never right.
Right.
Was the shoulder an issue the whole year as well? I don't know. But he says he feels better. He says he feels the best he's ever felt coming into camp this year. So now there's no excuses. Except for the ones you just gave. But, for him health-wise and productivity-wise, I mean, you can't fault 5,000 yards. You can't fault he had him, Brady, and one other guy were the only ones that had him, Brady, and the kid from New England, Mac Jones, were the only three that had 16 games of 65% or better. And so that kind of chucks the accuracy out the window if he had games of 65% or better, but there was something missing last year. There was definitely something missing last
and
year.
and I think injuries had a lot to do with it. And what I've
I think
seen,
so. I mean, he's coming back from a massive ankle
yeah,
injury. I mean, massive.
well,
That thing was
man,
terrible.
oh yeah, I saw it happen. I said,
Yeah.
oh, I
Yeah,
jumped out of my living room and
I'll never forget where I was at when it happened. Yeah. Everybody around me were like, what's wrong? I was like, what's
yeah,
wrong? That dude's done
ankle
for
is
his
facing
career might have just ended.
yes, yes.
It's fly. He's got drop foot and he doesn't. Yeah.
Not. I'm not laughing at the injury. I'm just this is a
Yeah.
situation,
It
but
was, I mean,
I think this is the year because when you look at Dak Prescott in the NFL, he's had a lot of talent around him. Always.
he had a lot of talent around him when he hit college. And like that's always been his deal. Yes, he's good when you surround him with
Yeah.
the nucleus. If he has to do it on his own,
See,
not
and
so much.
that's
And he
my
still has CeeDee Lamb and Michael
Yes.
Gallup, who are two above average wide receivers.
That's my only issue with Dak is, Rodgers is going to go out this year with no wide receivers, and we're going to win our division and probably choke in the playoffs.
Calm it down.
But
let's not hang out that division's a big accomplishment. We beat the Bears with Aaron Rodgers.
Hey. I didn't say our division's a compliment, but we got no wide receivers.
I mean, that's just like Dallas is going to win the division, even though they might win 9 games.
Your division's crap.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that like the guys that get paid the big bucks are supposed to elevate those around him and with lesser talent be able to win games you're not supposed to. And I just don't know if Dak has that.
I don't know. We'll see.
Y'all should win your division this season and then make the playoffs. So
should.
Well, we go from a little bit of quarterback talk, some suspension news. We're gonna go jump into the MLB suspending Trevor Bauer. Now, Major League Baseball screwed this up, Craig. They screwed it up. They came out and just said, Trevor Bauer, you're suspended 2 years. And we're going, for what? What? How can you suspend this guy for 2 seasons? Well, then hours later, it breaks that there's a third woman that said he came out and said he did more weird, maybe cross the line things in the bedroom. And I'm going, you put that out first, and then you throw the suspension out there. Because when they threw out the suspension first, we're looking at it going, for what? He didn't get convicted of anything. This is ridiculous. Yeah. And now I'm going, well, this guy might have some major issues.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard anything about a third party coming out or a third person coming out and accusing him of it. It's awful weird on the timing of it, on how they're coming out.
Are they waiting until?
I don't know. I don't know if they're finding people or if this maybe was a new relationship that he got into after the other happened.
Well, this third woman is it lasted for a year. It's not like this is the woman that came out first said it was 2 different occasions. This went on for a whole year.
See, and that to me questions validity.
Yes, it's just like why would you keep signing up for this? You know what I'm saying?
Like that, because that tells me that she wanted to. That tells me that was part of the deal. And then maybe she went and told her friend, "Hey, this is what we're doing," and they went, no. What are we doing? We're not supposed to do. That's not. People don't do that. Like, you should tell somebody that.
Yeah.
Oh, what? That's not common practice. Like, no. It's
donkey punches to the face.
Yeah.
That's not.
I shouldn't be unconscious every night. Like, so that there's obviously a trend here of some serious. And I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's all agreed to, and that's why the others went away, is because there was never enough evidence that it wasn't. There was text messages that basically approved, like, hey, I'm good with this.
Yes.
And so if this is the same thing, but my question is the 2-year suspension counting the games that he's missed, or is this? Are we doing the whole thing? Are we doing 2 years because of all the incidents, or are we going 2 years off this one incident that's current right now?
I'm guessing it's 2 years for everything, and I think that starts now. And that's if this
Well,
fall,
but you suspended him. He missed all 3/4 of last year. So do those games count?
right, I don't know.
And I personally think that they made it this long, knowing he was going to appeal with all the proof. He's going to have text messages. He's going to have emails. He's going to have screenshots of all this stuff that says she approved it. She wanted it. She was okay with it. And I think they made it such a large number so they can reduce it back to the number that they're comfortable with anyway.
That's usually what they do, and then they'll appeal it, and they're like,
Rob
okay.
Manfred is he overdo it, and then we'll appeal it, and we'll back it down to half of what that is.
Or they're waiting for more women to come out. What if there's
and that's
5,
a
6,
possibility
7?
Too. As much as these guys travel, as much as these guys steal, there's very good possibility that he has 3-4 people come out more, and Trevor Bauer's career could be over. And the thing that this is doing is, again, when you're a pitcher, when you're age, and he can throw as many side bullpens as he wants, he's losing talent as every day goes by. So he's very, very likely pitched his last major league game.
This could be if it's a 2 years, his career could be over.
Could be,
and that sucks for him. But I think it's
also.
Yes. Well, let me just say this. If he did this against the women's will, throw the man in prison. I mean,
screw the baseball side of it. Yes, he should not be. He should be in a jail cell.
My thing is, when you have this happen and it's a period over a year, months, it's like, why do you keep signing up?
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit.
That to me takes away some of the claims on it.
Yes.
Now some severity of
the
it.
Stuff's pretty. I mean, I read the report, and it's talking about choking around,
physical,
unconscious on the bathroom floor of the hotel room.
Yeah, woke up hours later. Where am I? What happened?
What's going on? That is scary. That is creepy. That is whatever.
And what happens while she's unconscious?
Ethically, I think it's wrong, but if
100%.
If this lady agreed to it,
but if it happened once and she went back, and not only went back, but went back for a year,
that's the fuzzy line of what.
Yeah,
and I don't think you can't punish someone because your ethics. You have to, you know what I mean?
You can't. If she signed on for this and he has messages to say that want her to do this, just because I don't agree with it and you don't agree with it, we can't burn Trevor Bauer for what we believe in.
Right. We can have our personal judgments.
Yes, I can say I don't want Trevor Bauer on my baseball team, but other than that, I can't say that he deserves to be suspended or whatever because I don't agree with what he does behind closed doors.
Correct. And how many more women come out? I don't know. It's just and then they were kind of making fun of the NFL because there was 23 odd women against Deshaun Watson, and I think
they're still coming. And
he got a slap on the wrist.
Well,
and
he didn't even get that yet.
Well, yeah. I mean, pretty much. And then Trevor Bauer has this, and they're like, "Hey, 2-year suspension," and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see where the chips fall in that case, and we're still wondering if I don't even know if Deshaun Watson gets suspended.
I'd be willing to bet if he doesn't do it
before training camp.
That I mean they better do it, because if he starts to play, they're not gonna be able to do it now.
Yeah, you can't let him play 2 games and go, hey, sit down for 3. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna jump into the NBA playoffs, Bubby. The NBA playoffs, and let's do. We'll jump into the Miami. Miami takes game 1 lead over the 76ers, and this is all because their coach is an idiot and decided to leave. Not Miami, but 76ers coach Doc Rivers leaves Joel Embiid a 30-point game up against who they play in the first round. Who they play in the first round? Was it the Hawks?
Yes, it was, because they did. Yeah, because they didn't play. They didn't play Brooklyn.
Yeah. So they basically had the game 1, and Joel Embiid gets elbowed right in the eyeball, and he gets a little fracture in his orbital. And we're like going, he was out indefinitely, they said, and going, why is he still in the game? You're up 30 points with 3 minutes left. I don't understand. And he's going to miss the first 2 games. They say he could be back game 3 or 4, but Miami wins this game. James Harden, I've learned 2 things in this. Doc Rivers is an idiot for leaving Joel Embiid out there. There's no call for it. And James Harden's not the guy anymore. I don't know what happened to James Harden, but you can't trust him to take over a
5
game.
of 16. He's out there shooting like he's blindfolded.
Yeah, I said, hey, Harden, you're the best player we got on the court is going to be missing 2 games. Could you please step up?
Yeah.
And he just disappeared.
Can we see the league MVP? Well, and that's been Harden's MO for a long time. It's in big game situations. He goes and disappears. He goes and hides. I mean, against San Antonio a couple years ago, he went and Chris Paul pulls up with a hamstring and it's on Harden and Harden falls apart. And
grabs his pants.
Yeah. And so that's been Harden's MO for a long time. And so I've never been a Harden fan. I've never been a Harden supporter. I didn't think that him going over there was the right fit, the right move. I personally, when you demand something like that, that have been the last thing was to give him what he wanted. He's done it twice now. He did it in Houston to get out, to go to Brooklyn, and then he did it in Brooklyn to go to Philadelphia.
He straight up quit on Houston.
Straight up quit. I mean, gained 50 pounds. Yeah. And
35 pounds.
Yeah. 8 donuts and so he was over on the bench during practice eating McDonald's bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits. Going, hey guys, what are we doing? No way. That series,
I don't think he's a fit anywhere.
I don't think so.
His game is just one-on-one.
I think
move out of the way, and I'm going to put the ball in the bucket.
And that Euro step, they started to call that as traveling, so that takes James Harden out of the deal.
Yeah.
I think that series is not much for this world. I think Miami rolls through him, especially if Embiid doesn't come back. And even when he does come back, he's going to have to play with a mask on. And
I think this would have been a really good series with Embiid healthy this whole series.
I think it would have been a better series. I just don't. I mean, Miami looks really good right now.
Miami's got a squad. I'm telling
Tyler
you.
Hero looks like a hero. And so we'll see what happens there.
Miami in 6 is what I'm probably 5, 6.
5, 6, yeah. I mean, it depends on how well Embiid is when he comes back. He's still got let's not forget, he's still got the ligament in his hand that's torn too. And so
a horrible time to be beat up. And if your
100%.
coach takes you out when you're supposed to.
And that's another reason why he should have been out of that. I mean, he's already got an injury and you're up 1,000 points. Why is he in there when he's already injured?
Well, the other day I watched the Bucks take on the Celtics. I was excited for this game. I said, "This is the series to watch."
I thought this was going to be the 7-game slobber knocker.
And what a letdown!
Yes,
Boston completely came out asleep.
Yes,
Tatum never got going. Never.
Boston's calling card the whole playoffs has been their defense. Their swarming defense. They didn't swarm nobody. Greek Freak did whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Giannis just had his way.
They don't even have Middleton.
They don't have Middleton.
And they came out with more energy. Boston was asleep. I'm telling you, in their own home court. They let this one fall. They let this one fall. Tatum never got going. Smart never got going. Boston, they have a lot to prove. This is a storied franchise. They're always in the playoffs, but they never
finished the deal. No,
and this year, number 2 in the East?
Yeah.
This is the year they're great defense. Tatum's turning into a star. They got talented players. I mean, this team is.
They walked through the first round,
and I'm going, okay, this might be the year that they
sweep Brooklyn.
My gosh!
So
they sweep Brooklyn. What you think? I hate Brooklyn.
but I'm just saying. I mean, it made them look like the real deal, and then all of a sudden they come into this series and just blah.
You cannot, on your own court, playing Giannis, defending champion, walk in there asleep and expect to win the ball game.
No.
So I was disappointed in that game. Suns Mavericks last night. Suns dominate. They,
Yeah,
they
I just
only
think that's why you were playing. That's why you were playing Luka in San Antonio when he hurt his calf, was to try to avoid this series and try to only have to face them in the Western Conference Finals. You wanted this to be a last ditch deal. You don't match up well against Phoenix.
at
Phoenix is a
all.
better team. DeAndre Ayton is just going to go ham banana because
If
that Dallas has nobody other than if they pull Boban off the bench that can defend him. So I mean, Luka's down there going, "I'm the biggest guy. I'm going to try to defend him." All that's going to do is get him in foul trouble because he's going to hack, Ayton.
Luka is going to be dead by game 4.
He had 45 last night, and he's like, anybody.
Else, just anybody.
Now, in defense, your role players always on the road, normally don't play as well.
Yeah, true.
It's loud, people deal. So I think Dallas gets a game or two. I don't think they win, but I think they gets a game or two. But listen, did anybody say when this thing started? Did anybody say Dallas is going to go to the finals? No. This is exactly what we said it was.
Well, you have some that always come out there and say that.
Yeah, but we're not. That's not realistic. The realistic part of it was if they win a series, that's going to be it, and the season's a success, and they still need another piece or two. That's been the deal. So go in here, give it your all, try to get it to 6 games, and who knows, maybe
injury,
you have a night,
or
maybe an injury, or maybe. I mean, Phoenix has not had a game in the playoffs that they have not shot under 50%. Last night was their worst shooting night of the playoffs, and they shot 50.5%. You're not going to lose too many basketball games shooting 50.5% or more. You're not going to lose too many because that means a lot of them are going through the net. So that means nobody's playing defense.
Well,
so 50%, I mean, that's half your shots. And if you make half of your shots, you're going to win some basketball games.
Well, here's the thing, too. And this has been my biggest gripe before I became a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Yes, Jeff, you're right. That has not happened since Kobe. He puts the team on his back. He's got 45 points last night. He is the modern day Kobe. He just doesn't have anything around him.
Well, that's my biggest thing. Even before becoming a newly Dallas Mavericks fan, is y'all got to give him some help. And they played the Jazz.
I'm just impressed. He's playing as well as he is with this calf deal. I mean, I don't know how he healed so fast.
Yeah,
he in a week, he's just, hey, we're back. And I mean, if that can't play on a calf, play football, he's playing basketball, running and jumping on a calf injury. So, I mean, that in itself is impressive.
Well, what they did, I mean, when you look at them play the Jazz, which the Jazz are a bunch of pushovers. They're soft. They wanted to pay Brunson. Oh, let's pay. Please. We're gonna. But I'm like, Brunson didn't do much last night, and it's because he's played bigger defenders. He can't push around like he did against Utah.
All that $100 million talk for Brunson just went out the window last night.
We might see him turn it around. Change up the game plan. Jason Kidd has done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, absolutely.
With his team,
they're playing for him.
Dallas,
they're gonna run through a wall for him.
Mavericks need 2 players. They need a big guy down low, not named Boban, that can actually play, and they need another scorer on the team. And I'm not a superstar would be great. Someone that can work with Luka.
And talk about
somebody. Well, look
at what's his name?
They got from the trade. What's his face?
Yeah.
He's really not.
Yeah, but that's 8 points. Well, thanks for showing up. Oh, I hope not. Jeff said Dallas will get LeBron and Westbrook and they'll win all the games. Your mic's muted.
Spencer Dinwiddie. Gosh
There
dang
it
it. Dinwiddie's been nothing. I mean, he made some shots in
he
the
made
regular
one
season.
shot, one game winner from Deal, falling away 3. And Spencer Dinwiddie just crapped his pants last night and just said, no, we didn't even show up. 8 points.
They said he looked like he didn't know what he was doing at all.
He didn't look like he was in the arena last night. I mean, he did not show up. So,
but y'all, there's talks about Rudy Gobert in Utah saying, "Hey, it's either him or me," and Rudy Gobert is going to find himself out.
He's going to find his way out. Yeah, that.
And would you take him in Dallas? A big man with defense. Now he can't score, but he's a big man with defense.
Appear that way, yeah.
I mean, I would take him here.
Yeah, if
you get somebody else that can score.
You don't want money. And I mean, I know salary cap. I mean, Cuba could pay the luxury tax in an instant.
We need a big guy that can score and play defense. But if Rudy Gobert's coming, you have to get another scorer that can, other than Luka. And Brunson might be that guy, but the Suns are just really dang good. Well, dude, if Dallas got the Joker, my gosh,
shut it down.
It would be insane. It'd be insane.
But he's not.
I don't think he just signed a big huge
massive contract. Yeah.
The only way that happens is if Luka moves on. But let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
I
think Phoenix wins that series. I think
Phoenix wins in 6, in my opinion.
Golden State pulls out.
Did you watch that game?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Ejection was trash.
That ejection was trash. I think they took it. The flagrant 2. I think they took it.
They took it
more because of who
his
it
name.
was.
Yes.
Draymond Green. I can't stand the guy. I can't. He's annoying as heck.
Yes.
But would I take him on my team? Yes.
Yes.
I would.
Because he fires the other guy up to get retaliation, and yes. He's like the hockey. He's like the enforcer. He's like the guy that.
And it's weird because he doesn't put up a lot of numbers. Sometimes he'll put up some good points.
Sometimes lately he's really just there to fill.
But when he was out this year, they struggled.
Yeah,
they missed.
He's always been good defensively.
Yeah.
Always.
So,
but I think that series. I think again 6 games. I think the Warriors win
6 games. Yes, Grizzlies put up a fight. They should have won it, but
they should have.
But they put it too hard off the backboard, man.
But when you don't win that game with everything that went right for you,
yes,
that's the one you got.
And Steph Curry was missing shots.
That's
Klay
what I'm
Thompson
saying.
was missing shots.
These guys are missing shots. You're missing Draymond. I think that's what you have to have. That you have to have that game. When you don't get that game, then you may not get the rest of them. So
you're exactly right. I was watching the game and I was like, man, this is coming down to the wire. I was hoping they were able to sneak one out, but Golden State pulled the first one out there.
Yeah, so that helps.
I can't stand Steph Curry. I don't like him. I think he's fantastic basketball player. I think he's the reason that this league's all gone to 3-point shots and nothing else. But I don't like that. But anywho, that's all we got, guys. That's all we got. Craig, do you want to tell us anything you got in your locker this week?
I think maybe this weekend I'm going to try to catch that new ambulance movie. I've been waiting for it to come out.
That's good.
And it was supposed to come out during the NFL season, then it got pushed back. And so I really think I want to check that out somehow this weekend. If I could slide it in, it looks amazing. That I got some band registration things we got to go take care of because the youngest is becoming a senior. And so we'll do that. And other than that, not a whole lot. Watch these playoffs and hockey. Dallas Stars start tonight. They got an uphill battle against Calgary. But and then you got your Mavericks and basketball and baseball and everything like that.
No one chose the
no
Mavericks,
one,
and no one chose the Stars to win.
no, nobody. So they
Hating
beat
on
Calgary
Dallas.
a couple years ago in the bubble. They don't match up well with them. They just went up there on a Canadian swing to end the season and didn't take any of those games. So we'll see. All you need in the NBA or in the NHL playoffs, though, is your goalie to get hot at the
A
right
good
time.
goaltender, yeah.
So he gets hot at the right time, and you never know what happens.
Jeff posted this. You're just mad because your Lakers don't have a big 3 shooter. Well, Jeff, we got to talk, buddy, because you must not have heard. I'm not a Lakers fan anymore. So I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. I'm jumping on the Luka train. All right.
Okay.
And anyways, that's a different conversation for another day. What else you got? Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Well, how about you? What you got
I got
going?
a whole lot of nothing.
All right.
Obviously work. Obviously work. I got to run Richard's route tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Just busy with work, honestly. I got the playoffs. I've been watching the playoffs as much as I can. I'm trying to get in
9:00 start times.
Yeah, no, it's more like a record and watch most of it the
Yeah.
next day. I'm trying to get back into hockey, man. I haven't really been a hockey fan in a long time, and I was a Dallas Cowboys fan growing. I'm not Dallas Cowboys fan, Dallas Stars fan. Oh my god.
Yeah, you were. You're a Dallas Cowboys fan.
No,
Come on
Dallas
down.
Stars.
Now we have it on video.
Yes, we got to cancel this episode. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't post this.
Showing Austin this tomorrow. Got it. Put it in the books.
A Dallas Stars fan growing up, and I want to get back into hockey. It's a little late for that this season, but can hopefully follow them in the playoffs. But Patrick's here. Patrick says I will catch the next one, boys. No problem. We appreciate you guys commenting.
You just missed
taking your time out of your day.
Confessing his Dallas Cowboys fandom.
No. Oh yeah, the PlayStation Plus. If we're talking about hockey, all you fans that do play video games, PlayStation Plus game of the week this week for free is the NHL game. So go check that out. I got to get the new MLB The Show 2022.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm still playing the old one, but
so am
I. You play PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Okay, good. You can stay on the show then. That's fine.
All right. Yeah.
Xbox is garbage.
Garbage. I have one, but my son plays stuff on it.
Yeah, no, it's all PlayStation, buddy. All right, guys.
Well, that's why I got the PlayStation, is because it never was. You could never get the MLB The Show. It was only for PlayStation, so I got the PlayStation for that. Now they put it where you can get it on everyone. Yeah,
they were actually forced to make it for Xbox, and when you plug it in the Xbox, it pops up and says the Sony. So
yeah, the Xbox starts to smoke because it doesn't understand what to do.
Right.
So
yeah, they actually have MLB on there, has the co-op online, so we can, like, I'll jump on a game and I'll play outfield, you play pitcher and shorts. Like, it's pretty cool. Oh, anywho, that's it for this episode. We covered quite a bit today, but there's nothing wrong with that. Guys, come follow us on all these social media platforms. We are on every social media. We are on every podcast platform you can find. If you don't want to watch our live stream, you can get that garbage out of here. You can
double click it again.
You can find us everywhere. If you don't want to watch us live stream, which you can watch us live stream, and on YouTube, you can actually talk to us on the show. So feel free to do so. We don't see Facebook live messages here. I had a couple people get on there last week, but I'm like, I don't see them on the live. So I believe only YouTube as well, maybe Twitch. I saw someone twitching because I think we're streaming to a gaming site talking sports. Sweet. But it is what it is. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for you. Me and Jeff will hopefully be back on Friday night, giving you some more details on any sports that happen in between here or there. We got to talk to Jeff about the draft because we haven't talked to him yet about that, and hopefully he'll be on this week. Craig, my man, thanks for jumping on me on our Tuesday show.
Yes, sir. If you need, if he can't make it Friday, holler at me. I should be around.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
We will catch you in the morning and appreciate it.
Yep. We will catch you in the morning, too early in the morning, that is. But all right, guys. Well, God bless and keep it outspoken.